Let's start either with child's pose or puppy pose. And puppy pose, have your knees wider apart. Puppy pose is bottom in the air. Or child's pose, extended child's pose like swan, is bottom towards your heels. If you want to support your forehead, you can make fists with your hands and rest your head on your forehead. But that depends if your bottom is down in child's or up. So we're going to ease our back out to start with. And just notice the breath's coming into the back. And you're nourishing your kidneys, and you're doing the sitting on top of them. And the kidneys connect into the winter element, and they're definitely in the winter element now. And then come to all fours. Just bring your knees in a little bit. And dipping your back, looking up, some cat-cow. Breathing out, rounding, chin to chest. Just a few times in your own breath pattern, warming the back, warming the spine. Next time you round your back, we're going to come to standing. So if you don't like downward dog, then you can come to standing in your own way. Otherwise, come to a soft downward dog, keeping your knees bent, extend your back, and then begin to extend your legs. Your heels don't have to touch the ground. And walk the dog. Extend both legs. Press down your thumb and your second finger and angle your elbows in towards each other so that you secure the arms in the shoulder sockets. Relax the head. And then walk the feet to the hands to the feet. And come gradually to roll up to a standing position.
And that was nice, but good stretch.
I haven't got a cold. I did a neti pot just before I came in. So neti pot's all the water. So I cleared my nose, but
I do that each Wednesday. So it's not for
oh yes. So just lift and roll the shoulders. Lift the feet and press the toes down. Bring the hands to the heart centre. Soften the knees and circle the arms up. Stretch up. Clasp the hands, reverse the hands up, stretch up. You can look up as an option if your neck will be comfortable doing that. And then bring the head forward. And then chin to chest as you stretch to one side, a lateral stretch. Breathing in, stretch up to the centre, and breathing out, lateral to the other side. Breathing in, stretching up. Breathe out, slight rotation. You might want to go in and out. Come to the centre as you stretch up and rotation to the other side. Come to the centre. Breathing in, just lift the heels. And breathing out, lower the heels and separate the hands, bend the knees. You can look down at the floor to keep the back of the neck long, and then breathing in, stand up and lower the arms. Lift and roll the shoulders. Clasp the hands behind you, knuckles aim towards the ground, and breathing out, turn to the left. Come to the centre and turn to the right. And come to the centre. Just soften the knees and nod forward. And breathing in, coming back up to standing. And release the hands. Just circle the wrists one way and circle the wrists the other way. And then either hold the wrists or hold the elbows, or if you want to do reverse prayer, you're just stretching some meridians. You don't always stretch. Elbows slightly out. Breathing out, turn to the left. Come to the centre, and breathing out, turn to the right. And come to the centre. And then release the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then slide the hands down the shins. Half lift. Breathing out, soften the knees, soften the elbows as you curl in. Breathing in, half lift again. And breathing out, stay here. And breathing in, soften the knees, press the feet down, roll up to standing. Circle the wrists up, stretch up. Take the right hand to the left wrist, stretch it up, and come over to the right. Breathing in, stretch up, and change hands so that the left hand holds the right wrist. And stretching up. And then join the thumbs and just very gently go from side to side. And then lower the arms. Lift and roll the shoulders. Just bring the hands below the navel and breathing in. Just cleansing your aura. So this physically breaks the connection between you and the outside world. It's quite calming. Disconnects you. Lift and roll the shoulders. Just snake the right arm up, stretch it, and turn to look to the left. Stay here for an in and an out breath. Breathing in, bring the head to the centre, and breathing out, lower the right arm. And breathing in, raise the left arm, stretch it. Breathing out, turn the head to the right. Stay here for an in and an out breath. When you're ready, bring the head back to the centre and lower the left arm. Lift and roll the shoulders. Just shake out your hands and then shake out your feet, which are balance-wise, goodness me. And then just lift and roll the shoulders. And then breathing in, go to one side, change, hopefully you'll follow me, up that elbow. You're almost carrying an imaginary ball, which is shifting your weight from side to side. You lead with the elbow. And then just lower the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders and place the hands on the waist and just hula hoop your hips one way. And then hula hoop your hips the other way. And then perhaps bring your feet a little bit closer together, hands above the knees or wherever works for you, and just swirl the knees one way. And then swirl the knees the other way. Slide your hands up to stand up, lift one foot and just circle the leg, the knee, one way, and then the other way. And then the other foot, lift and just swirl one way. And then just swirl the other way. Lift and roll the shoulders and just sway from side to side. And then start to slow down. And lift and roll the shoulders, just open the arms, hug, soften the knees and just sway from side to side. Again, you're stretching the back, probably the upper back a little bit more. Remember which hand's on top, because as you stand up and just gently open the arms, we're going to do the other side. If you forget, it doesn't matter. Just open the backs of the shoulders, back of the neck. And then just release. And just circle the wrists one way and then the other way. And just take a hand and just pull each finger, turn, shake, and then just the other hand. Shake. Just step your right foot forward a little bit, left foot slightly back and out at a comfortable angle. And just make a fist with your right hand, gentle fist, thumb out. Keep it, well, it's hard to keep pointing forward with your body, but if you can think about that, circle your right arm forward. Keep your elbow bent if you're stiff in the shoulder, and follow your thumb with your eye. So this becomes a shoulder, eye and neck exercise and a mindfulness exercise. And then just again reverse and notice where your eyes jump following your thumb. And then step the right foot back and step the left foot forward and just adjust to be comfortable. Make a fist with your left hand and circle it forward. Your eyes are a muscle like anything else. And eyesight can be improved, which is something I must remember. And cataracts, something freaks me a little bit, are the toxins from your system going to the weak point, and they form the cloudiness in your eye, and it's totally reversible if you can get it early. and then reverse the other way by something a herb called Eye Bright. You can bathe your eyes with your eyes closed with Epsom salt water, which is magnesium. You can use castor oil just to sort of like drop on the lens, obviously purified castor oil, just to hit, that's in the early stages. And diet, and then just release. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then just hands together and come to finally a seated position, legs out in front of you. And lots of water is good for the eyesight, or lots of teas or whatever you want to drink. And cold water, splash on your eyes to contract the muscles. So this does slightly for me. Yeah, just bounce your legs, just rub them, pat them. So then you just have your legs in a slight V. Bend up your right leg, just hug it into the chest, take the foot off the floor and feel your abdominal muscles contract to hold your tummy in. And then open your right knee to the right. It doesn't have to come right up, it's somewhere relaxed. Extend your left foot, hands to either side of you, turn to the left, circle the arms, you can bend them at the elbows, and then tummy in, perineum engages slightly as you slide your hands down your left shin. You could be on your shin or to the either side of the shin. Janu Sirsasana, which is head to knee. Janu is the knee, Sirs is the head, and Asana is the Sanskrit for pose. Forward bend is common for the nervous system. You've got a slight rotation, which is helpful to realign the back. You're just stretching now the muscles out on your right side of the back. And you're opening your right hip, which is helpful for the pelvis, blood flows to the pelvis, and for your lower immune system. And then just very gently tummy in as you slide your hands up. Hug your right knee into the chest. Just turn the body to look to the right. Come back to the centre and lower the right knee. Just nurture it. The knees, just rub underneath, massage. The whole knee is a marble point. And then just touch your hands to either side. This lengthens the body. Hug the left knee in, foot off the ground, just to feel the abdominal muscles engage, and then open the knee to the left. You don't have to be precise, extend the right heel. Turn to the right, raise the arms up, tummy in, and just leave with the chest as you come forward over your right leg. Janu Sirsasana. Here you'll find or you'll feel the left side of the body stretching, and it stretches the muscle called the quadratus lumborum, which is kind of like a shaved joint, sort of there, going up there. It's very implicated. Also, it can be in lower back issues, so this stretches that out. Extending the right heel. Chin to chest engages the vagus nerve. Calming for the nervous system, anti-inflammation. Then tummy in, perineum engages. Hug the left knee into the chest when you're ready, and just turn to look over your left shoulder. And then just stretch the left leg out. Just rub, massage your knee. And then just press your hands down and lift your chest and lift the chin. So that's very uplifting for you. It's a back bend. And then just release. And come to place the soles of the feet together. And if you want to ask Sue anything on any part of the body today, then please do.
No? You choose something, Chrissy.
Just general stiffness, just general sort of like,
Yeah, I mean that general stiffness, it's just, you just remember the spine is up the inside of the foot from the toe up towards the ankle joint and then back down, and then feel that foot, and then all the joints are on the outside. So if you think of your body, your spine being in the middle, so that's why that's in the middle there, and for both feet, for the spine. And then if you think of where your joints are, so your shoulder, elbow, hip, knee, ankle, are all down the outside of your body. So it helps to remember it like that. And that's all the points along your body here, so starting at your shoulder at the top and working down. So really just the outsides of your feet helping the spine and your general, and all your joints, as it were. That just helps you remember them.
yes, it's a very good way of describing it. Just
It's with everything in reflexology, where it is in your body, it's because you've got your meridians, you've got your 10 meridians, you've got 5 down one side. If you draw a line up between your little toe and your next toe, all the way up your body, all the way out the top, everything that's within that meridian, if you think about it, it's a reflex point on that part of your foot. So it's 5 there and 5 there. So for any organ, the left, your heart's slightly on the left, so that's on your left foot. But for instance, you've got kidneys on both sides, so you've got a kidney point on both sides. Your bladder is quite towards the middle, so you've got a point on each foot for that, somewhere in the middle. Liver's on your right hand side, so that's only on your right foot. So if you think about, if you know roughly, you picture where, well, no, I can't even remember it all, but just have a rough idea of where something is in your body, that's where it basically is. Your foot. So if you think of your foot as your body, with the big toe being your head, and like going down, that's the easiest way to remember it.
it is fascinating. I always remember reading that, obviously thousands of years ago now, Chinese warriors were treated by the war physicians for their injuries, and they began to correlate with if they touched someone's big toe, they could feel the sensation in their head.
Yes. And if they had an injury there, again the other thing is they could feel it, when they touch their toe or something about a head injury. Yeah. Napoleon used to have reflexology before he went.
Did Napoleon?
Yes,
Did he?
And so
What goes between his toe and that toe?
well, down there, that's your upper, what's it called?
Respiratory?
No, upper respiratory, no. Lymphatic system. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the word now. Yes, so that's all, anything that's to do with, if you're fighting off colds, sore throats, things to do with your ears, all your lymph system for that is under your arm. So it's like when people have breast cancer, so they always take the lymph nodes from under the arm to see if it's spread, because that's where it goes. And the
Since I
upper.
had COVID, I keep getting a pain under here. But I've had my mammogram.
Yeah, it
it's
could-
fine.
Yes, it literally just could be still that you're not 100% over it, and your body's fighting it. So that's your lymph nodes coming in because they help fight
Okay.
it. So
Interesting.
so if you've got slight pain.
Well, no, I've got a neuroma on the nerve at the back of my. It's called Morton's neuroma,
Mm.
and that's only developed a while ago as well. So I'm just wondering if it actually is related. Perhaps.
Yes, it could be. Yeah, but down the middle, that's your
Yeah, just that
yes.
hurts when I press.
Yeah.
It really hurts.
Yeah, and that also, if you're not completely, don't feel as if your head and everything is completely clear or your chest
No, I
got
don't.
on it. You
Yeah.
don't, then that's what that is.
Are there eyes and ears as well, somewhere around
Ear,
here?
nose, and throat.
Yes, well they're between the toes. So if you remember, So it goes from the outside, so between your little toe and the next toe, so if you remember that's right on the outside, that's your ear, outer ear. Between the next toe and the middle toe, that's your inner ear. And then going to, think of it coming in on your head, then it's your eyes, and then that's the start of your sinuses down there.
That's why it's around there.
So between
So you could have something
Sinus.
yeah, that's what it is. And is it worse on the right hand side?
I've just done that, it's really hurt.
Yeah, so if you did that on the other side, you probably wouldn't
No.
feel it as much. It would maybe a bit tender, but not as much.
No, it's really, really tender, that
Yeah.
side.
That's what it is.
So big toe and second toe, that's what? That's not eyes, is it? That's,
No, that's more sort of your sinuses and
Okay.
going up into the middle. It's in the near the middle, so it's in
Yeah.
the middle of your face.
that's
And
eyes there, between second and third.
Yes, yes.
So the goal with reflexology is to sort of massage it to block,
Yes,
unblock.
yes. The whole thing behind reflexology is that you manipulate the points to allow it to clear, and then it allows the body to clear itself in that meridian.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's never been proved scientifically, but it does work. Not on everyone, but it does work. So,
Oh no,
yes.
definitely,
Yeah.
because you can feel it.
Yeah.
And if you think also from a yogic perspective, when you circle your ankles and move your toes up and down, you're boosting your circulation. So
Yes.
that goes through the whole body.
Yes, and your circulation, of course, being with your lungs there,
Yeah.
and then around your ankle is your lower lymphatic system. So that's all.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got problems in your lower half of your body, it affects the lymphatic system down below.
So,
So really
yeah. And so then just finish off wherever you want to massage, just nourishing your feet, nourishing wherever works for you. And then come to, just for a few breaths, a comfortable seated position. I'm going to come to cross-legged position, but you don't have to do that at all, just come to where it works for you. Just a couple of seated cat-cows wherever you are, legs can be out in front, sitting up, curling forward, just a couple of times to move the spine. And then, with a view to getting rid of toxins, Kapalabhati, there are contra indications here. I don't think any of us are pregnant. And if you had high blood pressure, you're not going to do it because it would increase pressure in the head. But otherwise, a starter trainer for Kapalabhati is to imagine dandelions on each of your fingers and just blow the dandelions off, so you'll feel your tummy contract. And again. And again. You're exhaling more than you're breathing in, and it clears the toxins from the body. If you wanted the full Kapalabhati, you keep your mouth closed and just breathe out sharply through your nose. Your inhale is taken care of automatically, so it's and then just slow down. And when you finish, just breathe in. You might find you hold the breath a little bit longer than normal. And when you're ready, just breathe out. It's said that it's the toxins in the system that activate the breath mechanism. So if you do Kapalabhati for quite a few times, when you stop, you don't breathe quite so quickly. It slows everything down. And it's also called shining skull breath or bellows breath. Shining skull because I can feel it in a band around here. It seems to correlate with that.
It's regarded in yoga as so important, and it's one of what they call cleansing actions, and they're called kriyas. So it is a complete detoxification. Some of the other kriyas are a bit weird, a bit sort of anemone type, sort of colon cleansing type things, but this is a very much more simple one.
So just lift your legs up and stretch them out. And just lead with your chest, slide forward. Wherever your hands go, just come forward into a forward bend. Stretching out the back. Calming the nervous system. Focuses on the kidneys, the adrenals too. If you've got naturally long arms, you can hold your big toes, but if you haven't, then don't worry. You can hold the outer edges of your feet. And then tummy in as you slide up. And we're just going to very gently come to lie on our backs, hugging our knees into our chest. Put any socks on maybe if you want to. That's not a good sound after a yoga class.
I can't do that.
And just freestyle as you hug your knees into your chest, whether you just rock from side to side, whether you circle your knees, or whether you do a combination. If you circle them, it's one way and then the other way. And then hugging the left knee, hugging both knees into the chest, extend left leg, left heel and left arm. Breathing out, hug the left knee in. And when you're ready on the right side, hug in, and then once more to each side. Particularly feel a stretch under the arms here as well, that upper lymphatic system, and then just rock from side to side when you're ready. And then hugging the knees into the chest, very familiar. Still hold them, let them drift to arm's length. If you want an abdominal focus, then you will just hold your knees very lightly and you let your abdominal muscles do the work. If you want a comforting hug in, then just turn your hands to the side and hug them in. Yogically, you're supposed to let your abdominal muscles do the work. So the harder version, holding the knees lightly. So you're massaging your lower back here. You are looking directly at the energy of Apana, of the 5 energies in the body. Apana is the letting go energy, it's the energy of elimination. And in Ayurveda, the medicine side of yoga, Apana, the seat of Apana is in their abdominal area, which connects into Vata, the Vata element. And Vata, out of place or being displaced, is responsible for pain. So this is a very soothing pose for any pain, and particularly good for back pain. The back's supported by the earth. It's very hard to do any damage. It's a semi-supine position, so you're stretching out the lower back, but very safely. And just freestyle, you might want to circle both knees, carry on, hugging knees to chest or rock from side to side. Just use these next few breaths in your own movement. And also rolling on the ground like this creates a sensation that brings it into somatic yoga, which is a way of almost bypassing the mind, quite relaxing. If your mind's not active, everything starts to calm down. It's a sensory aspect to it. And then just very gently enjoy hugging your knees into your chest. And while we're here, take a moment to have a thought for the day, setting your intention. You can have that thought a couple of times. And then just very gently bring your feet to the ground. And you might want to support your legs under the thighs. And perhaps rest your hands on your abdomen. And just think your feet are relaxed. Your knees, your legs, hips are relaxed as they connect to the ground, the lower back's relaxed. All the way up the spine, the neck, and the back of the head. The lower abdomen going up to the chest is relaxed. Collarbones and the tops of the arms, the hands are relaxed. And the back of the head, top of the head, forehead. Just feel that someone's smoothing out space across your forehead and between your eyes. Your eyes relax back into their sockets. Straining the eyes also contributes or can contribute to vision. So relaxed eyes is very helpful. Then when you just relaxing your cheek and your tongue, lips, focusing the breath at the base of the nostrils, breathing in, the air is cooler, and as you breathe out, the air is slightly warmer. And then just very gently, we're going to come to a seated position. You might like to roll to the side, to the right, away from the heart, if there's space available. And otherwise, come up entirely how that works for you. And on the subject of eyes, sorry, that ended the lesson sooner than I completely wanted. I really apologise. I've nearly finished, but not quite. I wanted to say relaxing the eyes, rubbing the hands together. You've got a lot of energy points or nadis in the hands. Just relax that, place the hands over your closed eyes, and then open the eyes into the darkness of the hands. It's very calming for the nervous system, the eyes generally. Relaxes them, and that helps your eyesight. Just move your hands away and come up to a seated position, taking a bow for yourself, and now